Harvard University clinical psychologist Tim Leary, 1920 until 1996. Following the Harvard psilocybin project from 1960 until 1962, went on to advocate use of psychedelics in clinical treatment of psychological disorders, and proposed a model for the human mind that was, in part, inspired by his close exposure to early modern psychedelic use. Leary's psychological construct, later also elaborated on, largely by American novelist Robert Anton Wilson, 1932 until 2007, was dubbed the 8 Circuits of Consciousness. The earlier, or larval, 4 circuits to become active were, tentatively, associated with the left hemisphere of the cerebrum, at the time associated with deductive reasoning and logic, while the later 4 are mostly yet dormant and inert, so far unemerged and so forth, thought to be found in the right hemisphere, then thought to be more inductive and intuitive. These 8 circuits, identified by Leary, with revisions to their titles by Wilson, were 1. The vegetative invertebrate circuit, or the oral biosurvival circuit. 2. The emotional locomotion circuit, the anal territorial circuit. 3. The laryngeal manual symbolic circuit, the semantic time-bending circuit. 4. The sociosexual domestication circuit, the sociosexual circuit. 5. The neurosomatic circuit. 6. The neuroelectric circuit, the metaprogramming circuit. 7. The neurogenetic circuit, the morphogenetic circuit. 8. The neuroatomic metaphysiological, the non-local quantum circuit. 1. The vegetative invertebrate circuit, the oral biosurvival circuit. This circuit is said to have appeared in the earliest evolution of the invertebrate brain and corresponds to the reptilian brain of triune brain theory. This circuit operates in essentially the same way across mammals, reptiles, fish, primates, and humans. This circuit is concerned with nourishment, physical safety, comfort and survival, suckling, cuddling, etc. It begins with one spatial dimension, forward or back. This circuit is imprinted early in infancy. The imprint will normally last for life unless it is re-imprinted by a powerful experience. Depending on the nature of the imprint, the organism will tend towards one of 2 basic attitudes. A positive imprint sets up a basic attitude of trust. The organism generally considers the environment benign and accepts and approaches. A negative imprint sets up a basic attitude of suspicion. The organism generally regards the environment as hostile and flees and avoids. Robert Anton Wilson equated this circuit with the oral stage in the Freudian theory of psychosexual development, and proposed that this circuit is activated in adults by strong opioids. 2. The emotional locomotion circuit, the anal territorial circuit. This circuit appeared first in territorial vertebrate animals and is preserved across all mammals. It corresponds to the mammalian brain of triune brain theory. The emotional territorial circuit is imprinted in the toddler stage. It is concerned with domination and submission, territoriality, etc. This circuit introduces a second spatial dimension, up or down. The imprint on this circuit will trigger one of two states. 1. Dominant aggressive behavior. This imprint creates an alpha social attitude. Or 2. Submissive cooperative behavior, equivalent to Nietzschean slave morality. Robert Anton Wilson equated this circuit with the anal stage in the Freudian theory of psychosexual development. The circuit is activated by depressant drugs such as alcohol, barbiturates, and benzodiazepines. 3. The laryngeal manual symbolic circuit, the semantic time-bending circuit. This circuit supposedly appeared first when hominids started differentiating from the rest of the primates. It is concerned with language, handling the environment, invention, calculation, prediction, building a mental map of the universe, physical dexterity, etc. This circuit is imprinted by human symbol systems. Robert Anton Wilson, being heavily influenced by general semantics, writes of this circuit as the time-binding circuit. This means that this circuit's contents, including human know-how, technology, science, etc., are preserved mimetically and passed on from generation to generation, constantly mutating and increasing in sophistication. 4. The sociosexual domestication circuit. The sociosexual circuit. This circuit is said to have first appeared with the development of tribes. The fourth circuit concerns itself with cultural values and operating within social networks. It is concerned with sexual pleasure instead of sexual reproduction, local definitions of moral and immoral, reproduction, rearing of the young, etc. This fourth circuit is imprinted by the first orgasm mating experiences and tribal morals. Some have pointed out that entactogens, such as MDMA, seem to meet some of the requirements needed to activate this circuit. 5. The neurosomatic circuit. Leary describes that this circuit first appeared in the upper classes with the development of leisure class civilizations around 2000 BC. The fifth circuit is consciousness of the body. When this circuit is activated, a non-conceptual feeling of well-being arises. This has a beneficial effect on the health of the physical body. There is a marked shift from linear, visual space to an all-encompassing, aesthetic, sensory space. Perceptions are judged not so much for their meaning and utility, but for their aesthetic qualities. Experience of this circuit often accompanies a hedonistic turn-on, a rapturous amusement, a detachment from the previously compulsive mechanism of the first four circuits. This is concerned with neurological somatic feedbacks, feeling high and blissful, somatic reprogramming, etc. It may be called the rapture circuit. This circuit is activated by ecstatic experiences via physiological effects of cannabis, hatha yoga, tantra, and Zen meditation. Robert Anton Wilson writes, Tantra yoga is concerned with shifting consciousness entirely into this circuit, and that prolonged sexual play without orgasm always triggers some circuit 5 consciousness. 6. The neuroelectric circuit, the metaprogramming circuit. This circuit is traced by Leary back to 500 BC. The 6th circuit consists of the nervous system becoming aware of itself. This circuit is concerned with re-imprinting and reprogramming all earlier circuits and the relativity of realities perceived. Leary says this circuit enables telepathic communication and is activated by low to moderate doses of LSD, moderate doses of peyote, psilocybin mushrooms, and meditation or chanting, especially when used in a group or ritual setting. 7. The neurogenetic circuit, the morphogenetic circuit. The circuit first appeared among the Hindus in the early 1st millennium and later reappeared among the Sufi sects. Activation of this circuit may be equated with consciousness of the great god Pan in his aspect as life as a whole, or with consciousness of Gaia, the biosphere considered as a single organism. Those who achieve this mutation may speak of past lives, reincarnation, immortality, etc. It corresponds to the collective unconscious in the models of Carl Jung, where archetypes reside. This circuit is the connection of the individual's mind to the whole sweep of evolution and life as a whole. It is the part of consciousness that echoes the experiences of the previous generations that have brought the individual's brain-mind to its present level. It deals with ancestral, societal, and scientific DNA, RNA, brain feedbacks. This circuit is activated by moderate doses of LSD, higher doses of peyote, higher doses of psilocybin mushrooms, yoga, and meditation. 8. The neuroatomic, metaphysiological, the non-local, quantum circuit. This circuit has been compared to the Buddhist concept of Indra's net from the Avatamsaka Sutra. The 8th circuit is concerned with quantum consciousness, non-local awareness, information from beyond ordinary space-time awareness, which is limited by the speed of light, and illumination. Some of the ways this circuit can get activated are the awakening of Kundalini, shock, a near-death experience, DMT, etc.